Hello, thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Stuart. I'm a classical record collector and also a professional seller. So I've been away from base. I've been down south. I live in Scotland. I've been down south. I've been to Nottingham, and I paid a visit to a charity store in Clifton. For those of you who know Nottingham, it's in the south part of the city. And I struck lucky, got some really good records in there. And I actually went back a few days later because I thought perhaps from the same collection they brought more out from the storeroom. Sad to say, not only were there no new records out, all the records had been removed. Now, when I bought them at £3 for £1, maybe it's saying that, maybe this is evidence that the store was clearing out their records. I bought, how many records? £7 worth at £3 for £1, yeah, 21 records. And when I went back, to my disappointment, all the records had disappeared and they'd filled the rack instead with CDs. So that was a pity, but I was really glad that I got in there and got some good records. Now, because I'd done well there, I assumed that if I went to another part of the city, I would also do well. Now, I went to the area called Sherwood, which is in the north of Nottingham, and there are a lot of charity shops there on Mansfield Road, for those of you who know Sherwood, on both sides. I think there must be at least a dozen charity shops. I went into every single charity shop. I looked through probably in total 500 records or more, and I did not buy one single record. So yeah, I was lucky in Clifton, but you know, I spent maybe a couple of hours in Sherwood and I got absolutely nothing whatsoever. The only thing I came close to buying was a 2-disc set on Phillips, Rostropovich and Richter playing Beethoven cello sonatas. Now, they wanted £10 for this, and that would have been okay, that would have been fine. It was stereo, it wasn't the earliest label, but I would have paid £10 for that. However, there was no box, so it was just in a plastic folder with the book inside, 2 records, didn't even bother checking the condition. I'm sorry, without the box I wouldn't be interested in it at all. Even for £2 I wouldn't have taken it. So no, if the box isn't there or the jacket isn't there, I don't tend to be interested in the record. Of course, if it was a Kogan early Columbia in stereo on its own, yeah, of course I'd be interested in that, but that Rostropovich didn't interest me at all for £10. Okay, yeah, so I didn't do so well, but you know, I mean, that's what it's like with charity shops. You can go weeks without anything and then suddenly you can hit a small gold mine. That's just how it goes. I get around more charity shops, excuse me, I get around more charity shops than most of you guys, I'm pretty sure, just because of where I live. Loads of charity shops around here, and on my travels I tend to know where they are, yeah. Okay, so while I was away, in fact the day that I left, I got a notification from Avery that a package of records had been delivered to my property and left outside on my doorway. So they were sitting there, they'd been sitting there for a whole week, and when I came back I didn't know if they'd still be here or not. Fortunately, they were there when I came up the stairs. Nobody else comes to the top, only delivery men, so I knew there was a fair chance they would still be here. And okay, it was only a £12 package, which I'm now going to open, and I've got others to unbox. So I've got quite a lot to unbox. Let's get through them. I might in fact play 1 or 2 of them in front of the camera, just out of curiosity, because there are 1 or 2 things here that I've never had before, and you can join me. So first of all, without further ado, let's have a look at these records. This was sat outside of my doorway for a whole week, and I came back, fortunately, still there. So let's have a look. Actually, it feels quite heavy. I know there are 3 records in here. They actually feel heavier than they should do. 3 records in a packet weighs about roughly 1 kilo. Usually speaking, 1 record weighs about 200 to 250 grams in the cover. So I know that 180 GSM, 180 gram records tend to be the norm these days. So, but you know, with the jacket, they tend to weigh about 200 to 250 grams, depends on what it is, of course. So, okay, here we are, well packed, got plenty of packaging, because to be honest with you, I buy in more from eBay, usually just 1 or 2 records at a time, and when I sell, I tend to sell to customers who are buying 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or more at a time. So the packaging, I very rarely have to buy packaging consequently, so that's quite good. Okay, so let's see what we've got here then. Okay, so what we've got is this. So bear in mind, I got these 3 for £4 a piece. Yeah, so it's Hindemith on the Virgo label, which I think is German. I've not actually had this label before, so let's have a look. Get the record out. There we go. There's an insert. Let's see if that's in English or is that in German. Let's have a look. It looks like, yep, that's in German. That's all in German. Yep, that's all in German. Well. Looks like I'll have to learn German if I'm going to understand all that. Yeah, that's actually quite an impressive booklet. I'm really impressed with this. It's got a good picture there of Hindemith, and yep, you see all that. It's all in German. I quite like that. I like to buy foreign labels, and I believe that Virgo is a good label. So yeah, that's all German. That's a really good booklet. Yeah, so there we are. So what's on that? Chamber Music number 3, Cello Concerto. Okay, and well, I'm not going to pronounce it because it'd be too embarrassing. So okay, so there's the record. Let's have a look at the record. Here we are. There we are. It's in superb condition. Yeah, have a look at the label. There we are. Virgo. And let's have a look. Who's playing the cello on that? Ernest, soloist, Siegfried Palm. Okay, I don't know that soloist, but it doesn't matter. Director Heinz Bongartz, Dresden Philharmonic. Okay, that looks. I'm quite pleased with that. And if you bear in mind that I only paid £4 each for these, I was really pleased to get them. So I've got 2 on this label. Let's put that one back and have a look at the other one. Here we are, there's another one, Chamber Music number 2, Trio for, I don't know what that is, Sonata for Brach, Allein, what is that? I don't know what kind of, I don't know what instrument that is. Somebody who's better at German than me will have to help me out there. Clavier, obviously that's piano. So that does look interesting as well. The chamber music is for 12 solo instruments, opus 36. Yep, these look, I'm sure that a lot of you guys out there will be thinking, oh, I wish I had that actually for £4. I think that I just happened to get lucky on eBay. I saw this one before other people did, and I managed to get hold of it. And then there's another, then there's a Supraphon. That's the 3rd one. Hindemith, Ludus, Tonalis, and Hans Peter Mandel on the piano. Is it stereo? I think it is. Yes, it is. It's in beautiful condition, this one. So I see. So this is just a solo piano recital, isn't it? That really should be interesting. It's got lots of fugues on it. Yeah, fugues, mainly fugues by the looks of it. Counterpoints. Okay, so yeah, I'm really pleased with that package. So just to remind you then, yeah, I got these 3 for £12. Now a friend of mine said, oh, why are you telling people what you paid for them? Well, because I want to be as open as possible on this channel, and just because I think it's more interesting for you guys to know what I paid for these. I'm trying to make an interesting channel, so I think it would be interesting. And if you guys see me selling that for £20, you're not going to think, oh, Stuart's only paid £4 for that. You're probably going to think about all the work I've done, looking through all the auctions, all the charity shops I go to, and moreover, if you've got a rare record and you know the market price is £20 or whatever, it doesn't matter what you've paid for it, you're going to try and get the market price for it. And my job as a seller is to make sure I get interesting records at the right price, in the right condition, and ship them out in the right manner. And really, that's what you're paying me, my profit, to get that record in the right condition, the record that you want. So I think any right-minded person wouldn't begrudge me making money out of those. That's why I don't mind saying what price I paid. Okay, so let's have a look at another one. This is actually a smaller packet. I know what's in here. There's a 10-inch record in here. So let's get it open then and find out what it is. This one isn't going to come open easily, so I'll have to use the scissors to cut along the top. There we go. Let's get this out then. Oof. There we are. Yeah, I know it's a 10-inch record. There we are. Haydn duet for 2 violins with David and Igor Oistrakh. I just thought that was quite interesting. I've never had that before. I don't think it's terribly rare. I've seen it around. It's on Concert Hall and it's in stereo. If you have a look there, it's in stereo. Let's have a look at the condition. I'm going to drop the needle on this. Let's see what the condition is. It looks like it probably needs a clean. Yep, I think that does need a clean, in fact. I can see some hairlines on there. Let's have a quick listen to the Haydn. I know that it's going to sound a bit noisy because I can tell by the way it looks, but I'm just interested. I've never actually heard this work. Let's just drop the needle out. I'm going to turn the sound down when I drop the stylus. There. Lovely sound actually. That does need a clean, that's for certain, and I'm confident that when I use my method on this record that it will sound fine. So just to recap on that one, 10-inch on a stereo concert hall. So I'm pleased with that. I only paid about £5 for that, including shipping. I mean, so okay, let's have a look then. So what have we got in here? This is a bigger box. Let's just, well, I like these kind of, when you can open it by pulling this tab or whatever you call it. It's a nice way to open a packet without having to tear into it with a pair of scissors. So let's see what we've got here. Let's have a look. Oh, that's good. Look, that's what I call a stiffener. Wow, that is a 3-ply stiffener, and that is really good. This seller will be getting positive feedback most likely, well, at least on the packing. Okay, so what have we got? Right, here we go. We've got Brahms, Concerto for Violin and Cello, Campoli and Novara, Barbaroli conducting the Halle. Obviously, it is a reissue. I'm not too sure what it's a reissue from, but this is a stereo. There's the label, and it's Barbaroli conducting 1964. It must be from an ASD white and gold, I think. I think that is the case. So very well packed. Looks like. Let's have a look. Well, oh, there's a hairline there. Let's have a listen to that. I mean, I didn't get these for next to nothing, I can tell you. So if that hairline makes a noise, we're going to be in trouble. Okay, well that seems to be okay on the whole. There is a hairline there, but it seemed, of course, the music was so dynamic and loud and everything that I couldn't really tell, so I'm going to have a listen to this record all the way through, which I don't mind doing because it's such a fabulous piece of music. So, but I wouldn't say I got this for an incredibly cheap price. Well, £10. I paid £10 for that. which, providing that there are no sort of serious faults, I think is an okay price to pay for that record. Okay, so the other one from here is this. So we've got Bach 6 sonatas for violin and harpsichord on Harmonia Mundi, and the soloists are Gustav Leonhardt, who I think is probably the violinist, and Kuijken, don't know if I got the pronunciation right there, who would be the harpsichordist. So let me just have a look. No, it's the other way around. Sorry, it's the other way around. Let's have a look at the condition on this one. Here we go. Well, the jacket is in absolutely superb condition. There's a booklet inside, which is nice to see. I quite like the Harmonia Mundi label. It's gold. That looks like it's in better condition than the Brahms, and they both came from the same seller. So let's just have a listen to that. Let's just see whether that's going to sound nice and clean. Yep, really happy with that. Very good record, so I'm really pleased with that one. Now, okay, so I paid £15 for that set, and to be honest with you, I think that's quite a good price. I think it probably should sell for more than that. Okay, so here's the last one. Let's see what's in this package here. Let's have a look. Oh, this one has actually been quite heavily taped, as you can see. If I can get inside it, I hope I can. Yep, there we are. This has got a few records in it. Let's get them out. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to explain, of course, why I bought these. Obviously, the reason that I bought those two, I explain why I bought them. The Bach 2-disc set, well, you know, I mean, superb works on violin and a harpsichord, and just something that you must own, really, I think. This one here, I bought it, it's on CRD. I bought it because it's got 3 opera composers with their chamber music on. They didn't compose much non-opera, these composers, and I just thought it was a really interesting record, which I've not actually seen before. It's also a DMM, direct metal mastering. It's a gatefold. There's a picture on the back of the performers, who are the Alberni Quartet, and it's a CRD, which, where was that made? Printed in England. Okay, so there's the label. Now, what's happened here? Okay, so there's the label. If I turn it around without rotating it, I mean, you know what I mean, you can see that the label there has not been correctly applied. On that side, it's actually, the C is pointing to 12 o'clock. On that side, the C is pointing to 9 o'clock. Can you see? So I don't know whether that's a fault or something, but it doesn't really bother me too much. It's a good record. I'm not even going to bother putting that on the turntable, because it looks to me like it's going to sound good. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so I bought that one. I didn't pay much for these either. I mean, I think I paid less than £5 each. I think I did a deal with the seller, and I think I got all 4 for about £15 or something like that, including shipping. Okay, so here's another one which interested me. Simonovsky, violin sonata, Mary Nemet. Well, Nemet is, I think it's a Hungarian name, so I found that interesting. I quite like to collect reasonably unknown violinists, and this is the sort of thing that when I saw it interested me straight away. So it's a Pi record, isn't it? Yeah, there's a picture on the back showing you the soloist. So there we are. There's a label. One, and in fact this label as well. One's at 12 o'clock, the other one's at 6 o'clock on the logo. That's weird, because on most records I see they're actually put on the same way on both sides, so that they're correctly oriented. So I quite like the look of the label. Apart from that, yeah, so that looks really good. I won't bother giving that a spin. And what else have we got here? Yeah, Dvorak Symphony No. 7. I quite like these digital Chandos records. This one at the top, the spine at the top is a little bit worn. I'm not too worried about that. I only paid about £4 for that, so I'm quite pleased with that one. That's fine. Yep, there's the Chandos Blue label, and that one is also direct metal mastering. And then finally, this one here, the Juilliard Quartet, Frank Piano Quintet with George Bolle piano. Again, for about £4. I just thought that was sufficiently unusual to warrant buying it, and also with it being chamber music and George Bolle is playing the piano, I just thought it's the sort of thing that I should have. This one looks like it's going to need a clean. Yeah, the condition is not as good as I hoped. Yeah, the condition is, that is definitely going to need a clean, that. So, okay, well, I took a bit of a chance on that by the looks of it. So, out of the four I just looked at, this is the one that's in the worst condition. But to be fair, it's the one that I probably would want to be in the worst condition out of the four of them. But I think I can clean that one up okay. Okay, well that's it. What's my favourite record out of all of those? Which one am I pleased with the most? Let me see if I can pick one out, just to sort of round things off. Probably the one that I'm happiest with out of all of those. Probably going to surprise you a bit, but well, I must admit I'm very pleased with these two Wergo records. Very pleased with those, and this one also looks interesting to me. This Simonovsky with Mary Nemeth playing the violin. So, but I'm pleased with all of them really. Some of those are going to need some work on them in terms of cleaning, but I'm used to that. And in fact, the Sibelius record, which I was proudly boasting about the other day, here it is. When I dropped it on the when I put the needle down on the Sibelius, straight away there's a problem. Pop, pop, pop. I had a very close look, and looks like there's grit in the grooves. I've done my job on the record with my method, and I'm hoping that that's going to come out okay. I think it will, judging by the kind of fault that it is. I think that should be fine, but I will report back on it, because that was the best record I picked up over the weekend. Let me see if I've got it. No, I haven't got it. The jacket's not here to show you. But yeah, so I'll let you know, and that's it for now. I'm expecting more records coming later in the week, so I'll be back again with another unboxing video. Hope you enjoyed that, and thank you very much for watching.